Hey, Zero, thanks for the subscription. Thank you, thank you. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to hopefully finishing this model up. Alright, let's see. Today we need to work on the texture here, but first I want to try to get the UV map exported from an image file for this. So first of all, let's select one. We use the select more there to get only the code. I don't want to select any more of the model. Alright, now let's switch to the UV editor. This here shows us this is the texture map for the model. Alright. Okay, we got the wrong image there. Okay, this makes a little more sense. Okay, and there we go. That explains why our collar is dark on the inside. For some reason, that's delivered in the texture. Alright. Might fix that in the UV map, I don't know. Yeah, actually, that might be the easiest way. Might just select all of these. Let's go ahead and compress those so they can all fit the light green area. Alright. Alright, bit of a hack that will keep me from having to do the annoying job of editing this darker green area out. Okay. Now let's see. How do we in this version of export? There it is. Alright. Need to top UV. Alright. Alright, now there we go. Hold on, let me make sure you guys can see what I'm doing now. Whoop, there we go. Okay. Now we have it open here in GIMP. 2048. Okay. So just the same size as the texture. Nice big texture. Okay. Now we'll just pass this to the layer. I've got two versions. I got two of the same texture open. We'll show you why in a little bit here. Okay. Which actually, now that I think about it, since I did this, I don't think I really need to edit this more unless I want to end up kind of switching the color. So let's just save these quick. Alright. Alright, now Now this one here is going to be for the undershirt, so we want to turn this black. I don't want to just change it to flat black, so I'll do instead is a colorize. Ironically, we're removing color with it, but oh wait, I'm working on the wrong layer. Yep. Okay. Now, I've learned from past experience there that it's usually best to never actually use a true black. They just tend to come out too flat. So, usually you want to go with something like this that's technically a very dark gray. But it looks black enough to the eye. Just don't use Vanta Black. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Hide the UV maps. Oh yeah, that's right. We will have editing to do on this. I forgot we need to put in a few black areas on other parts here, but what we're doing on this, let me switch back to the Blender window. Okay. So what we're going to do with this one, let's see, we do have the material pane open. Okay. To ensure the sharpest possible divide between the undershirt here, what I'm going to do is instead of just coloring this area on the texture, I'm going to actually make a different material for this. I'm going to duplicate the texture. Oh wait, how do I do that in? Oh wait. Oh. Actually, yeah, let's just add another material slot here. Yeah, actually, I think I know the correct way to do this. Okay, down a bit here. Okay. Okay, now where's that one piece? There we are. Then we make single user, that will give us an actual copy. That's just not actually doing that. For some reason it's grayed out. Maybe let's try that mark as an asset and see what happens. Okay. Yeah, forgive me here. This is just me not having used this version of Blender much. Used to using a much older version. Alright. Maybe I'll just have to go ahead and work with a new texture. Oh, okay, that did seem to make a copy of it. Okay. Guess I made one from the current texture. Okay. Well, that's how we copy in this version of Blender. Alright. So. Hey, Carl. Well, you got here pretty much. We almost just got started, so you haven't missed much at all. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Okay. All that, and we didn't even have the right texture, so. Okay, get rid of that. Okay. Let's get rid of the edit mode. Alright, this is the correct one here. Okay. Let's do the same thing here. Alright. Make us a new texture from that. Oh, now we need to actually. Alright. Okay. Now, nothing's changing visually yet because I haven't actually selected the parts of the model the new material will apply to. So, let's work on that now. Wait, darn it. Okay. Okay, now face select. This part will be a little bit tedious. Basically, we're just selecting the undershirt part, and I'm going to assign the new material to it. Okay, yeah, Mega Man X sign. I thought that sounded very familiar. Okay. Well, remix of the Mega Man X sign. Oh, I keep, I'm getting very trigger happy on the, right button here. Okay, we got these very, very small. Okay, there we go. Oh, Alright, we'll need to select the bits of the collar that are part of the undershirt. Okay, let's move you out of the way. Oh, I'll hide it, not really move it. Yeah, let's go ahead and include that. Yeah, in this case, we do want to select the edge bit. Oop. Glasses are getting in the way. Alright. Okay, that should be all we want to select. I think. Yeah, that looks right. Okay. Let's assign this. Alright. So there we go. So there we go. Got the undershirt done. Okay. Now we got a few details to start adding to the texture. Okay. Right, I meant to explain why I did that. Okay, the reason we did that is that if I did that in a single texture there with the here, let me switch back to GIMP. Alright. Let's make the UVs visible again. Now, I could have done that by drawing in here, but what would have happened is, even with a high-res texture like this, you would have kind of seen this line be blurry because it's not straight. By using another texture entirely for that part of it there, we make sure that it cuts off exactly along that line. So there'll be no sign of you don't see any visible anti-aliasing at all. So it'll just be straight, perfect division between the coat and the undershirt. So yeah, I remember there was some jank with the collar versus the neck shirt last time. I haven't played around with that yet, so we'll see. Right now, I just jumped ahead to the working with the textures there. If we have time, I'm gonna maybe try another save a copy of us working, and then go ahead and try a different method for making the collar. But we'll see. Alright. So, right now, what we need to do is get some of these details on the texture. Let me see. I want to pull up the referenced image in GIMP so I can better see the what we're trying to add. Okay. Let's try to add this bit here. All right. Let's see. Where do we want to add that? Okay. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Not quite that much. Okay. Alright, I want a new layer so that actually, I do want to copy. Never mind. Let's just duplicate. Yeah. Well, no, I think I know what I want to do now. I want to approach this. Okay. Alright. Just a second, I need to take a quick look at the, I want to get an idea where to draw here, so I'm taking a quick look at things in the Blender window. Yeah, I think that's... Okay. Wait, what the heck? Oh. Okay. Sorry, I know you guys can't see what I'm doing right here. But I'm just getting a sense of where to... do the drawing. Okay. Well, if it doesn't work out, I can just, I can always move it around, so... Okay, let's see. Let's just start with like really simple here. Instead of trying to exactly match it, we'll just try to make sure we're... Okay, that's a little strange. That should be darker. Oh, okay, I see it's being lit up by the UV map. Okay. Alright. Let's just... Oh, let me see again. What was that? Okay, actually that is pretty simple. I think we can get away with making it nice and straight. Alright. Alright. Let's switch over to Blender. Okay. Alright, I get to refresh the image in this version. Alright, reload. Okay, there we go. Under there. Okay. Yeah, that's not giving us the pattern we wanted. Yeah, it's too small. Okay. Okay, just making it larger here. Alright. Okay. Alright, back to our image editor. And reload that. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's close enough. We just kind of need to adjust a bit. Alright, let me get the freehand selector here. Okay. Let's just... That part of the selection doesn't matter. Okay. Alright, let's see. What will it look like in... Oh, we switch back to Blender. Uh, No, no, over here. Reload. Okay. I think that's good enough for now. I may eventually soften that a bit, but I think I'll do that off stream if I do decide to do that. By which I mean soften the corners a bit. Alright, what's next? Detail. Nice, yeah, that's a good dash. Color and code. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna mirror them a bit later, rather. I'm just gonna work on one side for the moment. And then we'll just mirror it over since all these features are supposed to be perfectly symmetrical, so. Alright. Okay. Okay. Okay, we got a little bit on the side of the collar here. Let's work on that. Maybe UV up again. Okay. Alright. Let me go back to Blender. Let me see where that is on the UV map. Looks like we'll want it to be along the dividing line between those between these meshes here. So let's just select that and UV editor where. Oh, okay. So that's not along here at all. That is okay. Okay, so if we compress that earlier. Okay. That's not a bad thing, though. The fact that that's, okay. Oh, what's here? Alright. Let's try this. So working on another layer. If it's too long, I can, chop that off easily. Okay. Alright. Back to the image editor so we can reload. Okay. 3D viewport. Okay. Did that end up too long? Head hair. Okay, yep, that's too long. That's too long and too thick, so. Oh, wait, yeah, you guys didn't see it, so, yeah. Yeah, I see a little bit too long there. Okay. So, let's. Well, I want to cut off about that much. And then we want to make it a little thinner. Let's just make it. Just recompress that part of the collar down vertically. Really narrow, should look a little thicker on the actual little model. Okay. Let's switch over so you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright. Okay. Reload. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm alright with how far back that's going. Yeah. Yeah. That's good enough. Okay, other things we need to do. I think there's only a couple others we need to do that are actually within the camera angle the model will be used mostly. Yeah, eventually I got a lot of work to do lower on the model, but that can wait. Okay. Here, is this? Okay. Okay, so we got these fake epaulets here. The epaulet needs like needs a thin black border, and what looks like kind of like maybe a fake button, like right out here. So let's deal with that. All right. Which means I need to identify where these are on the UV texture. Okay. Actually, just for the heck of it, I'm gonna... gonna actually just take a quick random stab here. Let's see if I'm anywhere close to where the fake epaulet's supposed to be. Alright, image editor. Reload. 3D viewport. Nope. Way off. Okay. Okay. But now that we got a marks on there, it'll be a little easier to tell relatively where that's supposed to be. Okay. Look at that on the UV. Oh, it's not even on the okay. Not even on the arm part of the okay. So Let's just go ahead and delete that completely then. We gotta deal with two different parts of this. Alright. Alright. Actually, yeah, let's... If we go outside the bounds here, that'll make sure we don't end up with any green breaking it up. A little too far. Okay. Alright. Yeah, let's just go ahead and... Alright. Let's just shrink the selection. 5 pixels seems like it's way too much. Let's just try 2. Okay. Alright, that's not the complete epilogue. We'll get the other part in a moment. But... up. No, go to the right. Okay. Okay. Alright, so it's these over here we need. Okay, for a second there, I thought you guys couldn't see my mouse cursor, but yeah, okay. Let's switch back to here. Alright, there. Alright. The annoying part of it being broken is going to be when I want to put that button on there. We got to do it. Going to have to be some experimentation and getting it lined up correctly. Alright. Link our. Okay, never mind here. We're working on the wrong layer. Okay. Probably don't really need to do this cutting out part, but well, actually, if I'm gonna do that, make sure I'm doing it a little bit higher. Alright. Back to Blender. Oh, wait. Never mind. We don't want to. Need to completely redo that. I went too low. Okay. Adjuster. Oop. I exported the UV map layer visible. We don't want to do that. Alright. Okay, back to this one. Editor, right. They're already in there. Okay. Alright. 3D viewport. Okay. That's why it looks wrong. Okay. I went too far when I went on the other side too, so. Okay, so silly mistake. I selected parts that were not on the epaulette. Or epaulette. For some reason he wanted to say epaulette. There's not an AU in that part of the word. So we want to follow this line. I don't really care if that top line's crooked. Rank the selection. Delete. Okay. Make sure to hide the UV layer this time. Yeah, guys, if you hear me using like the technical terms like UV maps and weight painting and all that, and you'd like them explained, please go ahead and ask. So, yeah. Just in case, yeah, UV has nothing to do with ultraviolet, so. Just different names for the X and Y coordinate. Okay. Making outfit colors the human eye can't see. Yeah, yes. Yes. Very much so. Wait, actually. Yeah, I kind of did that again. I went too deep. Let's cut only like there. Oh well. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Hide the layer again. Actually, I might have missed this. Is the source from anything in particular or something original? Snazzy, and I don't think I've seen it before. It's just something random I found. I think it's on Pinterest. It's probably AI generated art, giving some of the weirdness in the design. Like, yeah, I actually kind of wanted to point this part out. What is going on with this? Is that, that's part of the coat, right? Is it attached to the pants? Why would you do that? I'm definitely not replicating that part of it. Exactly, yeah. In fact, I might just, go with just kind of merge that into part of the coat tail here, so might just replicate, like, this side of the coat tail. Yeah, looks like some kind of weird under pocket flap thing. Yeah. Yeah, the weird part of it, the part that throws me is like how it looks like it's both part of the coat and part of the pants. So yeah. So yeah, maybe I'll just make a coat tail here and like just throw this pocket on the on that side. So but yeah, I probably will eventually get to adding these knee pad things to the pants. And maybe this pocket here too. But yeah. Alright. But let's see the result of what we were doing here. The other side is a good sci-fi coat. It has kind of a bridge officer feel to it. Yeah, it does. It does. I was looking for something that didn't look too militaristic there, because, wanted this to be more of a, wanted this to be a little bit more of kind of like a civilian looking. It's meant to be something that's kind of meant to be a. The colors do make it a bit more sciencey. Plus, yeah, what I was aiming for was something that was kind of a cross between something formal and field wear. So something that existed in the in-between space on those two. But probably lost my train of thought there. Okay. All right. So, yeah, that looks good. All right. So, what we now need to do, let's get the UV here. I think we need it close on. Okay. Guess I need to see what I'm doing again here. All right. Yeah, expand from center, I think is best. All right. 31 by 31. Let's go ahead and fill that in. Okay. Let's see if those line up correctly. Okay, not quite. It was actually pretty close. So, okay. Oh, you guys can't see it. Oop. Yeah. See, we didn't quite get it right. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is the one that needs to be enlarged a little bit. Actually, yeah, before I, but yeah, I leave it where it was. Okay. Alright. Now back to Blender. Did we do that? Shoot. Okay, yep. We did too much in the wrong direction. Okay. Alright, let's try 31. 31 tall. Let's try. Okay, that might be a little too far over. We'll see. Yeah, it's unfortunate that that ended up like right on the dividing line, the island. Oh, I am brain farting. Okay. There we go. 3D viewport. Okay. Okay, so we overcompensated, but we're just about dead right on the one side here. Okay, yeah. That's exactly where we want it. I'm gonna do, oh. Alright. Gonna give us a temporary layer here. That way I can keep that as a mark of what was not quite right. Let's try like that. Alright. Okay. Unfortunately, some of these get a bit tedious. Some of these steps. Alright. The Joker. Extra work in particular can be a little annoying. Okay. Okay, that is like very, very slightly off. But let me oh, you guys can't see. Yep. Here we go. Yeah, you can see just very, very slightly off. Like we move it 1 pixel. I think on the texture that works out to 1 pixel to the left. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Actually. Oh. Oop. Let's just go ahead and fill that in. Like this, and then what I'll do is flip that bit of selection, swing a bit. Wait, what? Okay. Like literally 1 pixel is probably enough. Oh, wait. Okay, let's... I selected too much. Okay. Let's try flooding only that. Okay, that looks better. Oh, no, we didn't float. That's why. Okay. Maker. Alright. Back to Wonder. Or, well, you guys are already seen Wonder. Okay. Alright. Okay, that feels very slightly off. But we only moved it 1 pixel, so it looks like we're probably going to have to accept it being off slightly. Also, I think put that on the wrong side. So that's also actually a bit big. Or do I think what was on the reference image? Yeah, it was on the image, which was much more subtle. Okay, so yeah, I think actually, yeah, back to this. I think we'll abandon that. Also, in the image, it's not clearly a circle, so let's just make it a dark little tip on that side of it. A little bit blurred, maybe. Alright. Alright. When I look in Blender, that will look more rectangular. Alright, does that line up? Okay. We actually did line it up pretty well. We just didn't. We just made one a little too wide. Which one is it, though? Which one is the one that was a little too wide? Okay. It's this side. Okay. Alright. Let's cut that by precisely 1 pixel on each side. Alright. Let's try that. Alright. Okay, we have a bit of a problem. I might not be able to line that up perfectly. Let's go ahead and I got kind of an idea to try here. Let's use our... Actually, no, let's not use our temporary layer. Let's get rid of that. Actually, I want a new, brand new empty layer. Okay. 50% opacity. This won't be perfect, but it might look a little better. No, that didn't improve it much. Actually, I might be coming at this from the wrong direction. Let's... Okay, let's export that one. Yeah. What I should probably do... Yeah, first let's reload. And... Okay. Okay. Uh, UV editor. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Big UV map itself, and we might get the Okay, that small an error won't show up on the in the sizes for rendering, so I can live with that. All we need to do is expand this now a little, and in the texture. Okay, like that. Let's try first just 1 pixel. Okay. That's reasonably good. Might be able to improve that with a slight tweak. Okay, perfectly aligned on the one side, but okay, can't really tell at a distance. I'm just gonna live with the small amount of error. Okay. Might work in a bit. Try to make that a little more, little less blurry too. What we can probably do. Actually, I think we can just select the whole thing, because what I plan to do won't affect this block at all. Okay. Select alpha. before. That should make that. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. Alright. Reload that with the better yeah, that looks much better. Okay. The only thing I think we got left to do is the pocket, and I need to see that better on the reference image now. The arm pocket. Okay, so what we got is we got kind of a narrow side here. Well, first of all, we gotta figure out where that is on the texture. Let's see. Okay, about 6 triangles down. Let's see if we can figure out what. Okay, I'm gonna say this is probably the center one. And 2. These are probably. Okay. I'm gonna take a guess that what we're looking at is about here. Okay. Let's see how accurate our guess is. Okay, 3D viewport. Okay, we are exactly right, except I didn't get. Except I was selected too narrowly. But otherwise, we were right on the money. Okay. Now, in the reference image, we saw it kind of extend down past the. I'll fix that a little later. Let's see. Yeah. That's maybe a little too much. Okay. Wait, I think we. Okay. Oops. I didn't switch over to GIMP for you guys, sorry. Okay. Alright, basically just enlarge that, and... Okay, not too bad. I want that ideally a little thinner on the sides, and I want to extend this out a bit further. So... let me make sure I switch to GIMP here. Come on. Actually do it. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and... let's try that. Okay. Okay, that is pretty good. Let me just check against the reference image. Okay, this got a little bit of a... on the edge, it extends a little further back. Let's go ahead and take just a moment to try to replicate that. Oops. Let's do the matching down here. Alright. If we do that, then I'll probably just mirror the texture. We'll export to VRM and okay. And reload. Alright. Okay. That's mostly good. I just want to let's cut off this bit here. Do one last visual check before we start mirroring the texture over. Or at least this layer of the texture. Alright. Okay, that works for me. Okay. Alright, let's just handle this with the mirroring. Hopefully the UV is split like right down the exact middle of the texture, so we get to exactly 1024, that is f of 2048. Alright. Actually, I don't have to do it that way. Come to think of it. Let's just duplicate the layer. Clear the selection. Okay, let's do that. Layer. No, layer. Transform. Flip horizontally. Okay. Yes. Actually, no, I'll just leave it as is. No, we don't need to burst layers for any particular reason. Okay. Okay. Let's just reload the image. Oop. Of course. 1 second. I know you guys can't see GIMP, but all I'm doing is hiding the UV layer and resaving here. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Okay. Everything that's visible that'll be visible on camera is, I believe, taken care of. Well, except for one thing, I do want to add a pin with my double I logo here. Maybe that'll be the next stream where I try to make that. Okay. Let's go ahead and yeah, I don't think we'll have time to try my different approach to the collar. So let's do that first, then let's do our export here. Alright, 2VC face, and oh, thanks, Tiff. Welcome, welcome. Alright. Hey. Okay, here we go. Whoop. I have the hair off when I export it. Oops. Let's do that. I don't know, it doesn't look that bad without the hair. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. That is, I'm happy with that. Okay. So, yeah, probably on the next stream, I want to add I'll try to make a pin for the collar. Or with my, Weird Eyes logo there. I might do some work for that ahead of time, like maybe get the texture prepared or something. But I think, yeah, that's next time. And then it'll be probably next. It'll probably be next Monday we do that. And then if I get that done, we can do on the following Sunday we can do a proper debut of this model. Even though you guys have already seen what it'll more or less look like. Let's go ahead and give it. Let's go ahead and adjust this a little bit. See if I can get any jank happening with the collar. I don't know. None of my movement seem to be causing any clipping or weirdness. It seems to be, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think this is working alright. So, yeah. I think we'll, leave that here for today. I know this is finishing a bit early, but I think we've accomplished what I can do for today. Don't have enough time to do that. Yeah, so far it's looking pretty good. So, alright. Been a while since I accomplished something nice with 3D art, so glad to see my skills haven't completely atrophied. It's a show, kind of a neat lesson in how modeling works. Yeah. Now, the way I do texture art's a bit annoying there. Most people would probably have something like Substance Painter to make it easier, but instead I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, so a little more difficult the way I'm doing it. But I don't want to pay Adobe, so okay. Who do we have up? Well, Luna didn't go live tonight, so alright, most likely I think I'll just send you guys over to Simon. Simon, yeah. Why did I add a D? That's why my brain is getting weirder and weirder. The Simon Demon, yes. Burn my friends for fuck Adobe. Yeah. That's kind of my attitude on it, too. Oh. Okay. Yeah, camera tracking. We don't want to, bend her back like that. No. Alright. So, see you guys next week, Monday. We'll work on the, pin for the collar. See you then.